my name is Inoxia. I am a soul and R&B singer-songwriter and busker from Melbourne City.
My name is Tanya George. I'm from Melbourne. I'm an electro soul pop artist, also known as a busker who loves to vocal loop.
So you're a tough guy, like a really rough guy, just can't get enough guy, just always so puff guy.
My name is Shirina. I'm 18 years old. I'm a full-time musician. I'm also an artist and a singer-songwriter, and for a really long time I was a full-time street busker.
Give me a sign, hit me baby one more time.
I started busking when I was super young. I was 13, 14.
So when I first started street performing, I was always in a duo or with someone else, but I only moved solo in 2017.
I got selected to go to Central Australia with school and money was a bit tight for us, and I was like, don't worry mum, I can pay for it, I can do it myself.
My mom bought me a little Roland cube. It was about this big, it was red, so I was just singing karaoke.
I went down to my local Coles with some bongos and I made a little bit of money and I was like, oh, maybe I can actually do this.
I just went out to the streets and I had this looper and I decided to use my voice instead of instruments. So I, did stuff like beatboxing and bass lines and use my voice to create harmonies and different chord progressions.
Later on, I learned how to play guitar, so I upgraded to the street cube.
So I kept going. I saved up enough to buy myself my first amp. Yeah, it was crazy. I paid off that trip and I paid off some other trips. And yeah, I'm still busking. As a busker and a performer, I usually do a lot of gigs and a lot of corporate gigs. Not only has it affected my income, I am so used to performing in front of people. When you're a performer, you really do feed off the crowd. You read the crowd, you see what they're into, what they're listening to, or what they're vibing. Since being in lockdown, I found, the only way that I can do that is either through a live video, a Zoom call, or just uploading content.
I think one of the things I never realized was how much other people inspired me. I didn't realize how much I relied on the outside world and experiences or moments with people that inspired me to do what I do. And having that live connection with an audience, just being able to feel someone's energy in front of you.
I'm gonna be honest, it hasn't been the best thing for my life because before all of this I had a lot of plans for things that I was gonna do, and now I can't work. But it has provided me with a time to just stop and reflect and be calm and be present and think about what my next steps are and just kind of be more relaxed.
Negatives for me is that I don't get the face-to-face interaction anymore. I'm literally just sitting in my bedroom singing to a camera.
I've really missed that, playing for a crowd of people. That I will never take that for granted again.
My nan will knock on the door and say, you're doing great, sweetie. And although I love that, it's not the same as performing in front of people. However, it has really pushed me to be more active on my socials and reach to a further audience and grow my audience that way. So that's been a really positive aspect for me as a musician, I think.
Yeah, and it also made me realize how much I want to slow down, because before COVID, my schedule was really, really hectic. I was doing show after show, and I think something really big that came to me was the slow pace is okay, and taking the pressure off yourself a little bit as an artist is actually really important to be able to mentally stay stable and not feel stressed all the time and be able to sleep better. I don't believe it is. It will come back with a vengeance, and I think people will just love live street performing even more.
I think it's definitely changed. I'm really nervous to see what it's going to be like. Everyone's so excited to be out, the pubs and clubs and everything's going to be open, people are going to be at restaurants having dinner and there's still going to be that crowd there.
You're going to be out of your house and under the sun and enjoying such a beautiful day and watching an artist or a singer be expressive. So I think people will just be so much more drawn to buskers and street performers.
But then another part of me is people are still going to be hesitant about physical distancing and money handling.
So I really feel like once all of this is over, people are gonna want to go out more and they're gonna want to party and have fun. So the entertainment industry and busking as well is gonna be you know, it's gonna eventually pick back up. I do have a lot of hope.
So maybe we need to learn how to adapt. I mean, maybe we need to think about getting our FPOS machines out again and our tap and go payment systems. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I'm excited to get back out there. I'm excited to perform again. I think people have missed the Melbourne atmosphere. It is just my Roland Street Cube EX, along with my microphone and my cables and my iPad for my backing tracks. I bring it all in on a little trolley I bought from Bunnings.
I chose the Cube Street as my amp because it had a lot of inputs, one for a mic and one for a guitar, which was really important for me.
So my live busking setup is quite heavy and I'm quite small, so I really honed into using the Roland RC505 as my primary instrument. That helped me avoid, you know, bringing any bigger instruments down to the street, which I just couldn't carry. It was just too much weight on my body.
I just felt like it was the easiest and most simple option for someone getting started.
I really like the Street Cube. It's so easy. I've got rechargeable batteries for it, and it's as simple as bringing into the city, pressing play, and I'm good to go. There was this man and he was coming around the corner in a taxi and he was hanging out the window yelling at me, and I was a little bit scared because I think I was about 15.
When you look up and there's a celebrity standing in front of you and then you're on their Instagram later or something, you're like, whoa, that was weird.
He tells the taxi to stop, he opens the car door, he jumps over the fence, hands me $300, says, "I've just won at the pokies and you're amazing." That was exciting. I went home as soon as that happened because I was tired.
One of the key lessons I've learnt is how important it is to reach out to other musicians, to friends, to family.
Take the time to figure out your sound. Take the time to figure out why you want to do this. What about music is so important to you and what drives you as a musician or as a performer.
You don't have to feel like you had to do something incredible with this time. Surviving, getting through it, staying positive is more than enough. And if you did that, then congratulations, you're a champion.
I think it's important not to put pressure on yourself to overperform or overproduce anything.
How important it is to never take any moment for granted.
So take your time, make sure that you're doing what you love, and figure out, you know, what the best part of it is and what your direction is.
Don't take anything for granted.